Skin prices, their looks, the effects. These are the reason why we spend our precious skin fragments and sometimes real money on a skin in both Mobile Legends and Honor of Kings. Today I'm judging both games based on my experience, how they look, how they feel, and how much they are actually worth. Let's find out which game really has the better skin. First up, Levi's Sword and Song. The intro animation for this skin, absolutely phenomenal. That ink brush style is just chef's kiss, and it fits Levi's perfectly considering he's a legendary poet in Chinese history. Now let's talk in-game effects. The sound design is top tier. Every time he swings his sword, it gives off this crisp, sharp noise that makes every slash feels deadly. Oh, and don't miss the flute sound that plays at the end of his combo. It's such a nice little detail that elevates the whole aesthetic. But now, the meat and potato, his ultimate, this ult looks powerful. The slashes feel sharp and relentless, but it's the final slash that steals the show. It's got this heavy impact that makes it feel like an execution. And just when you think it's over, the last flute note plays, almost like a wolf howling in the mist. And here are the prices for the skin. It's definitely on the pricier side, but for what you're getting, the intro animation, the sound design, the effects, the overall vibe, if you are into high quality skin, this one is absolutely worth it. It's not just a skin, it feels like you're playing a whole different version of this character. Now for Mobile Legends, we've got Lunox Eyes of Eternity. Just hearing that name felt like a raid boss. The intro animation is actually shorter than I expected, not gonna lie. But visually, it's clean, it looks really good. It still has that endgame vibe. Let's start with the sound effect. They're actually pretty sharp. Every skill has a crisp edge to it, makes it feel powerful. But when it comes to the visual effect, I'll be honest, they felt a bit underwhelming. I expected something more dramatic or unique, especially with a name like Eyes of Eternity. That said, the color work on this skin is definitely well done. Now for the ultimate, it's not bad, but the price? They could have pushed it further, maybe a dual form ultimate effect or a second color phase when she reactivated, like red or black instead of just repeating the same glow. And here are the prices. Honestly, there's not much to say about the pricing. It's fair, and you get to play as a raid boss. Hopefully these two skins gives us a solid foundation for what we're talking about in this video, how the two games handle design, value, and overall impact. Now let's turn things up a bit. It's time to dive into the Collab Skin where things get a little crazy. Let's start strong with the fraud himself, Gojo. Both Mobile Legends and Honor of Kings gave their own take on Gojo, but which one really captured the 6 eyes? Let's start with Mobile Legends Gojo skin. Can't lie, the first and second skills are kinda mid. They've got the color and energy you'd expect, but they don't really hit that wow factor visually. It felt more like a reskin than a full transformation. But then there's the ultimate. This is where things get a little bit spicy. His ult is absolute cinema. If you have this skin, it's plus 500 aura. It felt powerful, it's very faithful to the anime. Mobile Legend did a fantastic job making this skin. Whenever he uses his ult, I can feel his spiritual energy from across the map. Alright, let's move on to Honor of King. Honor of King's version of Gojo is honestly very different. The effects are way flashier than Mobile Legends visually. The skin goes hard. Is it lore accurate? Not really, but the details are definitely there. And considering how hard it must have been to find a fitting hero to wear this skin, I gotta say, they kinda pulled it off. The first skill is okay, nothing amazing, but the second skill and passive, that's where this skin really shines. The second skill in particular, it looks good, feels clean, and even sounds satisfying. It's a really good effect. Now for the ultimate is not as good as Mobile Legends. It has good effects, sure, but it doesn't have the same impact as Mobile Legends. With this skin, it doesn't have the same aura. I mean, at least they tried. Now when it comes to the pricing, both skins are actually about the same, which is something I really appreciate. Whether you're playing Mobile Legends or Honor of Kings, you're paying a similar premium for Collab Skin. It's fair, it's consistent, honestly you can't really complain about it. One thing I really like about both games is the different IPs they choose to collab with. Right now, Honor of King is doing a collab with Detective Conan. Of course, the effects are absolutely flashy, but don't get me wrong, Mobile Legends collabs go hard too. From Jujutsu Kaisen to Transformer to Star Wars, they have really nailed the hype factor. The fan service is top tier. Take the Transformer collab for example, this one goes super hard. You can play as Optimus Prime and drive around the map. Just like back in 2004, when I was driving on the road, I hit a family of 5. My point is, Mobile Legends did a fantastic job making the characters feel accurate and playable. Now sure, the effects aren't quite on Honor of Kings visual standard. They're a little more toned down in some places, but the characters' models, voice line, and overall faithfulness to the original IP are seriously very impressive. There's honestly a ton more to say about skins in both games, and truth be told, I didn't even dip my toe into most of them, but hey, maybe next time. So which game really has the better skins? Well, if you're talking about aura, Mobile Legends takes the crown. But if we're talking about pure visual effects, the particles, the animation, Honor of Kings takes the crown. Honestly, it comes down to what you value more, the aura or the effect. But yeah, if you enjoy this kind of silly, honest content, let me know. I'm really trying my best here. Your support means a lot to me. Anyway, if you're still watching, thank you, and I'll see you next time.
Poppy? Yo, Poppy, I ain't your Poppy. Put your head down.